Hi, Vince Owen, head golf professional at Horizons Golf Resort and head coach at Horizons Golf Academy. I want to take a look at chipping the golf ball and what some of the best players in the world do that the average golfer or the handicap golfer doesn't do when they're chipping the golf ball. Effectively, the best players are actually trying to chip the golf ball with the least amount of movements to try and cut out the potential errors that could happen in a little chip shot there. And I'm sure that we'd love to hit every golf shot, the little chip shot there, clean onto the green every single time. But we are going to make mistakes here, and we'll just talk about one of the most common mistakes that we could possibly do. And it derives a little bit from the history of chipping and the way it's been taught in the past. A little bit of the history of chipping has been really want your body weight leaning forward, really don't want you trying to get behind the golf ball. Appreciate that. The downside to that in front of the ballness is a very sharp, steep approach angle down into the golf shot, and we tend to get a bit of a stab. At the winter time periods when the grass decides it's going to go to sleep, doesn't give us a nice cushy buffer, then that little steep approach, not so good. We actually need a little shallow approach, a little bit like an aeroplane coming into land. Love the golf club to come in, touch down on the runway and then take back off again. Do not want it nose diving into the tarmac with all passengers unfortunately perishing. So steepness in our chip shots is not something we would like to see. What I'd like to see would be for the golf club to shallow out. Now, one of our ways we're going to do that will be to try and keep the club head outside our hands on the way back. If the golf club were to get behind my hands, as you're watching this video here, I'll say draw a line straight through my hands and the club head's behind. That's going to encourage a very steep angle of approach into the golf ball there. So simply club head outside of hands. That will actually weirdly make my left wrist look a little bent that way. So from that angle you're watching me again, club head outside the hands there. My right wrist won't bend very much at all. So this is what it'll look like. It'll look a little bit like that to you as the golfer, where left wrist is bent that way, right wrist is out straight. Now the reverse is actually going to happen slightly on the forward swing, where we're going to end up with a little bit of bow that way and a little bit of bent that way. So it looks a little bit bent that way, bowed that way. Club head outside of hands, coming in through, club head still outside of hands. Problem child, club head inside of hands, in steep, trying to get down, sharply down into the back of the ball. I'm going to take a little bit of practice to do that. Probably going to take some supervised practice there as well. So a little bit of a sales pitch for a golf lesson, because that little movement there is going to feel pretty ordinary if you decide to do it on your own there. But I'd love to hand out the information. I'd love to help you with that golf game. Love to help you with your chipping. Fabulous way to get your entire golf game working really good, really quick. Love to see you in my lesson diary. Look forward to seeing you out on our beautiful golf course at Horizons ASAP.